Hi, 5 dinner in 1 hour friends. My name is Jen, and today I'm going to show you how simple it is to thicken sauces. This method works if you're thickening a sauce or a gravy in your skillet. This also works for your slow cooker or all of the yummy juices that you get in your Instapot. What you're going to need is some water or some cooking liquid, so maybe some broth or the liquid that you're cooking in, and a thickening agent. Some of the popular ones is flour. So you would use 2 tablespoons of flour to a 1/4 cup of liquid. Or you could do a slurry with cornstarch, which would be a 1-to-1 ratio. So 1 tablespoon of cornstarch to 1 tablespoon of liquid. You'd whisk that up. It would get nice and pasty, but once you stored that into liquid, it would thicken up. Some other great alternatives are tapioca flour or arrowroot. These are great if you're on a paleo diet. Also, what works is xanthan gum. That's great if you're doing keto. With the xanthan gum, the tapioca flour, or the arrowroot would be a 1 tablespoon to a 1/4 or to a 1 cup of liquid. And you would just whisk that up as well. You want to make sure it's nice and whisked and stirred together and everything is dissolved so you don't get any lumps, because nobody wants any lumps. So what we're going to use is some flour, since that tends to be the most popular. And this is based on 1 to 2 cups of liquid that you want to be thickening. If you have more liquid, I suggest either doubling that, but I actually think that you should add in the initial, see if it thickens up. It might be to your desired consistency. If you want to add in more, you can always add in more. So what we're going to need here is just a couple tablespoons of flour, just regular all-purpose flour. And then just a little bit of tap water. I like to use a mason jar, but a bowl and a whisk works just fine. I use a mason jar and I just pop the top on, give it a good shake, just so it's all dissolved. And then I slowly whisk this into my hot liquid. You want to make sure your liquid is hot, maybe even bubbling. Once you whisk it all in, if you're doing a gravy, you would season it with salt and pepper and any of your spices. Bring it to a boil and then reduce it to a simmer for about 10 minutes. Your sauce should thicken about 10-15 minutes in. If it has not thickened yet, just add a little bit more till your desired consistency. It's as simple as this. With a gravy, this gravy is great for chicken dinner. You could use beef broth over your beef. So good. And then I just add a little bit of seasoning here. And this is just for gravy. If you were just adding this in for doing it to thicken a sauce or a stew or a soup, you would just use the water or your cooking liquid and one of your thickeners. I'm going to bring this to a boil, and then it's going to thicken up after it reduces to simmer, and it's going to be so good. I hope these kitchen tips help you out in the kitchen. Thanks so much for watching.